everybody, welcome to our weekly fitness video. Today I would like to do some stretches, upper body, lower body. And also I would like to explore the surroundings that we find ourselves in. Since, the cold kind of still gonna come no matter how warm it is right now. And so I would like you guys to explore your apartments, houses, see what kind of tools you got around you, whether they're walls, doorways, doors, and see how we can adjust those things, kind of make them into fitness tools for ourselves. So depending on how your bodies are moving, not moving, your injuries, no injuries, depending on how you're feeling each day, there are different places you can use to do different things with your body. For example, one of my favorite things is the doorways. Doorways are really cool for many reasons. First of all, you can certainly stretch your body using a doorway, and I'm going to show you how. As you come up to your doorway, you can do many different things here. If you target your upper back, definitely I would grab onto the ledge with my hand, leveling the hand with the shoulder, and then allow the weight of your body to hang slightly back. So make sure that you have a good grip of the ledge of the door. What I also do, I round my back to accommodate that stretch. How long am I going to hold it? For at least 10-15 seconds. With my legs, I try to stabilize myself and have my knees bent. If one arm is not making you feel too secure, feel free to use both. So grab onto the doorway with both hands. The ledges should kind of provide a good grip for you guys. And then as you're bringing your back, make sure all 10 toes staying down on the floor, rounding your backs, and releasing your head will provide the adequate stretch for your upper back and for the neck. To get yourself back to standing, use your upper body, bending your elbows, pulling yourselves all the way back up. And if you feel like you want to turn it into some sort of exercise, like more or less intense exercise, you can just do those two things alternating. You're gonna exhale, increasing the range of motion, of course, bending a little bit more, and then bringing yourselves back up. Exhaling, bringing yourselves back up on an inhale. So this way also, as you inhale and bring yourself back up, you get to use your arm strength. Absolutely must keep your shoulders down and keep your feet hip wide apart, just as wide as your hip bones, not anything beyond that. The other way to stretch your upper body would be to stretch the front of your shoulder and your pecs. For this matter, you guys want to step away from the place on the doorway that you're holding quite a bit. I would say maybe 2-3 feet, depending on how tall you are. Again, you're going to have a good grip of the doorway with your arm. And as you exhale, I release my hips, trying to let my hips to hang to the side, the opposite side from from the arm that's holding onto the doorway. Definitely both shoulders, you guys want to keep them down. And your head, I would probably let it hang towards the doorway. One more time, pulling yourself back on both feet. You want to bend the elbow. Now that was stretching really the top of the shoulder and slightly the back of the shoulder. To target the really front of your body, you may have to step forward. My head gets kind of. You may want to step forward in and be in front of your doorway, and that's what it's going to look like. The space between your arm bone and the shoulder girdle is going to increase as you're letting your weight, the body weight, come forward, kind of hanging on your arm. So you can do the same exact thing. I'm gonna be facing the other direction, but that's what you guys gonna do, pulling yourself forward, making sure you got a good grip of the doorway, and bringing yourself all the way back. Now, if you really feel like you need to open up that shoulder girdle and the pecs, I would grab onto the doorway with both arms behind you. But here, make sure that your shoulders don't come up to your ears. Make sure that you created enough space, enough opening space in your chest and in your shoulders to grab onto the doorway without a certain extra effort. Now you can take the doorway behind you, like on the level of your glute, or go a little bit higher depending on how your shoulders are feeling. This stretch is going to give you a pretty intense sensation, I would say, in your tricep area and in your deltoid, so be prepared. And again, I would probably step away only a foot away from the doorway. As you exhale, one more time, allow your body to hang forward, making sure that your lower back is comfortable. Allow the hips come forward, the stomach, the shoulders, breastbone. The head can be hanging backwards or forward, depending on what it feels like to you. Again, one more time, pulling yourself back. Just notice I'm bending my elbows to pull myself back. So depending on what it is in your body you feel like needs to be stretched, that is the position of the body you want to assume in relation to that doorway. And the other thing I would like to do today is the leg stretch, of course. So the leg stretch, here I got a little thing that can be used for sitting, for storage, and also for stretching. The height of it is such that it's not very demanding for us, and I think it's going to be good for everyone to do that. So placing one leg on the surface, having the other foot firmly in the ground, you guys want to kind of just lean over the leg first. That's going to give you a stretch in your lower back. It's going to relax the shoulders after we were pulling and pushing with the upper body. That's going to be good for you. And then make sure again that the back foot, I'm moving my back foot back just because I want to increase the space between the femurs here, between my thighs. And what I'm going to do, I'm also going to decrease this angle in my knee. So this is the leg that I am stretching right now. I am very much secure in the way I'm standing. So before you start putting one leg up, you do have to make sure that you're not about to fall down. And as you're bending the knee, you are shifting the weight forward. The foot that's on the floor is going to stay on the floor in the whole entirety. The toes, the heel, the whole thing. Now, whenever you can, start putting your hands down on the surface where you have that foot on, and just see how far you want to go there. This is going to feel good in your calf, in your Achilles tendon, and of course in your back. And then we're going to hold it again for 10-15 seconds, and then start coming up. Now the other leg is going to do the same exact thing. Make sure that your hips are squared. Make sure that the back foot is going to be down on the floor. And here we go. I'm increasing my stance and shifting my weight forward. You're going to have your arms folded like I just did, or you can have your hands down next to your foot. Bending of the knee, unlimited, just as much as you want. And then I'm gonna start coming up. Now I'm gonna attempt to stretch my hamstrings here. So I'm gonna leave the feet just the way they were, in the same position. All I'm gonna do is start straightening my bent knee. So also I'm gonna start thinking of this bone, the femur of the leg, pushing back towards my lower back. My foot is is gonna stay down on that little stool. And I'm gonna straighten the leg just as straight as it gets. Making sure again that both hip bones are leveled. Then I'm gonna start leaning forward. This stretch is giving me a pretty good sensation in my hamstring. It feels pretty good everywhere. So I'm gonna go down as far as I go. Just dropping my head, relaxing my shoulders, and definitely to make sure that you guys are secure in your stance, that the balance is in place. You do want to start each exercise with the proper alignment, where your leg is aligned with your hip bone. And then we're gonna go to the other one. So again, from this position, we're going shifting the weight back. Again, making sure that this femur is in line with the hip, the other one as well. And then we're going down. Releasing the upper body. If you feel like you got a good grip of it, try to experiment with pushing this whole bone, the whole leg bone, back behind you into your lower back. If you manage to do that, that's going to feel really, really good in your lower back as well. And then we're going to come back up, bend both knees, and here you are on both legs. So I hope you guys found this little stretches helpful. And the only other thing I would like to add today is the ankles and the wrists. So I always get questions from people what to do to strengthen the wrists. Well, I would say the only way we can strengthen anything in the body is by moving it and using it. So if we have our hands in the same position all the time, like for example, typing on a computer or playing video games or doing things like that, it means that the wrists rarely go into this position or that position. I would like you guys to explore the extremes right now. First, we're gonna start with stretches. So let's extend one arm forward, and then we're gonna just take your hand with the other hand and bend your wrist. Just see what it feels like. And then we're gonna bend it the other way. Don't worry about having the arm super straight, it's okay. Just make sure that the shoulders are relaxed. So by doing that, you guys exploring the range of motion in your wrist. And it's really, really good for both arms. If you have arthritis, I would say still do try to stretch because it's gonna feel better in the muscles. And then also the thing that I like to do is, as you extend both arms, try to circle your wrists in different ways. Try to stabilize your arm as you're circling and try to feel like it is the wrist joint going, not the fingers or the elbows. And the same thing, I would say, is gonna take place with your legs. As you are sitting on whatever you're sitting on, see if you can bring your foot on top of the other leg and just circle your ankle, reversing the circle again. Just see what it feels like, making sure that the whole joint is being moved. And of course, one side has to cause the other side to move. Just like in walking, we alternate things. We're trying to make ourselves balanced by doing the same things on both sides. And so I hope by now we feel all supple and movable and ready to rumble. So I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are and you're enjoying yourselves. And I will see you next time. Bye.